Hey guys, so welcome to Monday's video. So today's video is going to be my first story time. Woo! And I apologize for wearing another pink shirt this video. Sorry, I just like my pink shirts. But today's video is going to be a story time on me getting my nose pierced. So without further ado, keep on watching. So I sat down because I wanted to. So let's get on to this story time. So, it was a few weeks before my 15th birthday, so I was 14, and I was talking to my mom. I was like, yo, mama, I really want my nose pierced. And I'd wanted my nose pierced since I was in 5th grade. Me and my cousin would always get fake jewelry. We'd order it off Amazon and pretend to have piercings. Because we just thought we were so cool with these fake hoops that just look so horrible in our noses. I will try to insert a picture. So, I had always wanted my nose pierced since 5th grade. Let me adjust this. Here we go. So, I'd always wanted my nose pierced since 5th grade. So, I went through the years. I would always pretend to have this piercing. I mean, everybody knows fake. But I just loved it. I've always wanted my nose pierced. So, I was like, Mom, listen, I'm going to be 15. I mean, it's just a hole. It can always grow back. It will always heal. I'll take good care of it. Please. So I finally talked her into saying yes. So beforehand, we called the piercer because some people make you wait till you're a certain age. Some people you can do it at 15 or 16. So I called this piercer and I was like, hey, I'm 14. My birthday is in a few weeks and I'll be 15. Can I get my nose pierced? And he was like, yeah, sure. So we go to the piercer and we get there and the manager, I guess, was standing outside and he said, how may I help you? I said, I want to get my nose pierced. He said, how old are you? So I was like, I'm 14. He was like, no, you have to be 15. So me being the person I am, me wanting this nose piercing so bad, I was like, hold up. I just called you all an hour and a half ago and somebody answered the phone and told me that because I'm turning 15 in 3 weeks, I can get my nose pierced. So this guy got mad. And he was like, I don't know who told you that. And I wish I knew because they're not the manager and they're not supposed to let you do that. So the guy was kind of aggravated because somebody gave me permission to do it that wasn't supposed to. So we went in the shop and we got a paper basically stating that anything that happens after you get it pierced isn't the piercer's fault, it's your choice to do this, blah 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 blah. And we had to go get it notarized. So we took the paper, we went and got it notarized, we signed it and everything, and we came back. And let me just put this out there. Whenever somebody pierces your nose, they are supposed to use either a corkscrew ring, or not a ring, but a corkscrew piece of jewelry or an L-shaped piece of jewelry. Okay, let's continue. So we go in, we hand him the paper, he's like, okay, come back here. So I wish I could have filmed it, but I already felt like this guy was annoyed at me because somebody already told me I could do it and he was the manager or whatever. And the space that he pierced, the space where the piercing station was, is just really small. It was really crammed. So I mean, from the beginning I was kind of getting a weird vibe from this guy, and I guess I should have told me don't do it or don't let him do it. And that's kind of a disclaimer thrown in here. If you don't feel 100% comfortable with the person that is doing this or what you are doing or the environment that you are in, please go somewhere else. I don't care how bad you want it. me, for example, and you will see why, you need to go to someone that you feel 100% comfortable with. Okay, where is it? So, I was really nervous. I was starting to get really nervous. And I like seen the needle, and I was just like, oh man, oh god, like I'm gonna do it because I want it, but I'm nervous. So I started freaking out. I was like, oh, like okay, like whoo, that's a needle. That's gonna go through my face. It's gonna get like this close to my face. I'm not scared of piercings or needles, but whenever you see this just long needle just coming towards you, you start to freak out. So I closed my eyes, and I wasn't expecting it, and he just goes, poof. I was just like, whoa. And whenever he put the jewelry in, he put in a straight bar stud. It was surgical stainless steel, so that was good. That's what you always need to get your nose pierced with, surgical stainless steel. But this stud was straight, not an L-shaped or a corkscrew. So I was just kind of like, well, that's odd. Aren't you supposed to pierce it with an L-shaped or a corkscrew? It should be okay. My nose swelled so much. So I went home. I was just like, okay, whatever. And it didn't hurt afterwards, so I was just like, okay, everything's fine. He done it good. Like, he done a good job. Which I guess he done a good job at the piercing. He just didn't put the right jewelry in. So I get home. I get in the shower. And then I get out and I wipe my face off. And this ring just goes. And the stud just goes right out of my nose. My nose starts pouring blood. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I started freaking out. I got so lightheaded and so dizzy. So I sit down. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm not letting this grow up. I just went through this, and I'm going to stick this back in my nose. It went back in my nose, no problem. But there was a lot of blood. So a couple days go by, and something is just not right. I don't feel any pain, but it's like I couldn't even talk. I would constantly just have to hold it in my nose. Just constantly hold it in my nose. So every time I would talk, and whenever I talk, my nose flares. If you never noticed that before, now you'll notice it the rest of the video. But whenever I talk, my nose flares. See? Every time I talk, it would just go out of my nose and I have to push it back in. So a couple days later, it was about 3 days later, I went to my cousin's. The one, ironically, who we used to play with the nose rings together and stuff. She also has her nose pierced now. We had totally different experiences, but that's beside the point. So I went to her house, and I was just like, you have your nose pierced. Something just is not right. So, okay, and just to mention, whenever I would go to sleep, I'd wake up, and it would always be out of my nose. So I was sitting there on her couch, talking to her. I was just like, something's not right. I can't even talk without this thing just going, shoot, out of my nose. Whenever I sleep, I wake up and it's out of my nose. So I get to feeling, and I realize I don't feel the end of the stud. I guess it had just came out of my nose so much in my sleep, or my nose was so swollen and the bar wasn't long enough. It wasn't even all the way through my nose. I was so mad. I was so mad at the piercer. I was mad because my nose was just so swollen. I was mad because I went through all this. It's already been ripped out of my nose by a towel, which I guess is my fault. It's not the piercer's fault. And to find out that this isn't even all the way through my nose. So I kind of feel, and I just kind of pop it back through my nose. Like, the skin wasn't like that badly grown up yet, so I just kind of was able to push it back through. So luckily she had like a bunch of jewelry that she didn't use and didn't wear. So I got actually this stud right here. And we went to the bathroom. We cleaned it with hydrogen peroxide and made sure it was all clean. I cleaned my nose and I switched the jewelry. it didn't hurt whenever I switched to jewelry. I was just nervous too because I didn't want it to hurt, and I, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. So this jewelry is actually L-shaped, and it went through my nose fine. Okay. So I went through, alright, so I got my nose pierced June 24th. It is about a month later. What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. Hold on, let me see what day this is. It's actually June 26th. Good. So, I went about half of a month, a little, like almost a month. My nose is fine. I thought it was just perfectly healed, Like, I'd even tried to change the jewelry. And I could, it just didn't feel right in my nose, so I changed it back. What day was it? The day before yesterday, I woke up, didn't feel anything. And I went and got in the shower, and I was kind of feeling, I was like, wait, everything happens in the shower. I was kind of feeling it in my nose. I was like, wait, there's no jewelry in it. So I freak out. I get out of the shower, I run, try to find the jewelry, can't find the jewelry. So I end up getting my original one. My original stud that was in my nose. And my nose was about halfway grown up. I'm glad I caught it whenever I did. So I had to re-pierce my nose, which was not safe. It hurt so bad. But, after I got it pierced, it didn't hurt. I cleaned it very good with sea salt water. And I kind of like a sea salt soak on it. And it was good after that. Later that night, I changed it back to this jewelry. And since then, since yesterday, my nose has been pretty good. I've been cleaning it regularly, about twice a day. There's no pain. My nose is still pretty swollen. Like, here's the nose. You can see it's still pretty red around it. But this is the piercing. So I'm going to go ahead and make this video and upload it because I want to be able to make updates if anything else happens. But now I just got to go through the whole process again of healing. So yeah. Now, what everybody probably wants to know, pain. Alright, I'm going to rate this on 1 being didn't feel anything. 10 being worst pain I've ever felt in my life. So I would give this piercing the first time about a 1.5 or 2. It didn't hurt me at all. I just felt a little pinch. It was over. Most of the time people's eyes water. My eyes didn't even water. So it didn't hurt at all. But just remember, everyone is different. Everyone's experiences are different. So just because something didn't hurt me doesn't mean it's going to hurt you. Or just because, like, something, I don't know, whatever. Just because I felt pain, it doesn't mean you're going to feel pain. Or just because you felt pain doesn't mean I'm going to feel pain. Whatever. You won't get that. So that's the pain level. And I will keep you guys updated if anything else happens. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.